Another brick fan with a Star Wars helmet collection set. This is Princess Leia disguised as Boushh. This is set 75351. It was released in March 2023. It has 670 pieces and cost about $70 when it was released. This is one of 3 new Star Wars helmets that were released in 2023. This brings the total to 11 helmets from the Star Wars helmet collection, and it's quite an impressive collection and looks really great when it's all together. This helmet is based on Return of the Jedi. This is when Princess Leia went into Jabba the Hutt's palace disguised as this bounty hunter named Boushh. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. But she went in to rescue Han Solo, bringing Chewbacca in as a bounty. This helmet does have a very predominant mouthpiece here and had a voice scrambler built in, so it allowed for a very good disguise for Princess Leia. As you can see, this is kind of, the top of this is very square, so it's a big block on top. The eye area is very narrow in my opinion. The face piece comes way out. There's all kinds of little attachments and different kind of details all along the sides of this helmet, which I found to be very interesting. I read a little bit of the lore on Star Wars Wiki, and apparently Boushh had a lot of electronics built into this helmet. I believe at this time he had been killed or was missing or something like that, which explains how Princess Leia got his helmet. He was featured in one of the Star Wars cartoons, I believe. So very good, interesting shaping, lots of different kinds of slopes and different pieces used here. So I think they did a wonderful job on all of that. Moving around to the back, there are several stickers used across the back here to give it some additional striping. You can see along here, I like the use, this nougat color I think fits really well in with this particular helmet. Again, pretty much built the same way on both sides. All this sloping for the mouthpiece here, this sloping around from the top of the helmet to the base, and then there's some more electronics and different greebling and different details along the sides here. Looking at the top of the helmet, you can see it's, like I said, very square, right? So lots of nice little detailing here. It kind of lifts up and creates this smooth area in the middle. A couple more stickers here to represent a couple of silver areas on the helmet. There's some kind of sensor or detector up here on the right-hand side of the helmet. And then across the top, may not be super obvious. Let's see if I can get a little more light on there. There's a whole bunch of trans green 1x1 tiles in here. That's probably either some kind of sensor, perhaps it's like a light source that helps the person wearing the helmet see better. Overall, I think this really turned out really nicely. If you look at it, I'll put a picture up here in the corner of Princess Leia actually wearing this helmet, and you can see that it looks very, very similar. It really does show off this helmet quite well. Of course, like all of these helmets, it does have this data plate down here, or at least label plate. This is printed, fortunately, so that's very nice to get a cool printed tile there to allow you to know what these different helmets are. And they all have this same stand styling. So they are very consistent in how they present all these helmets, so making them look really great on display together. As to value for this helmet, I like these helmets a lot better when they were $60. I think that was maybe a little high. I mean, they have a lot of pieces. This one has 670 pieces, so just a little bit more than 10 cents per piece. Still right in that area. But there are a lot of very small pieces, although there are some kind of unique pieces too. A lot of different styling that goes on with creating these helmets. I think they use the pieces very effectively to make these helmets look really good. I mean, I understand a lot of the creativity and stuff that goes into these models. So I guess my final thought on the value, I would have loved to have seen these helmets stay at the $60 price point instead of a $70 price point. But all Lego is going up right now, so I'm not surprised that they went up slightly. Hope you've enjoyed my thoughts on this Star Wars helmet. I'm going to get started on my next video. And until then, happy building. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to see more of my LEGO reviews. I've left a link to my Star Wars review playlist up here on the screen.